So I'm going to attempt to do a live video of me putting on just an everyday eyeshadow look. I already have all of my foundation on, just because it took me forever to figure out where to put the camera, because everything that's not on screen is like completely messy and looks terrible. And I've actually had my phone taped to a tripod. So it's not like connected to a tripod, it's taped. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't fall off in the middle of this. So we'll see. Alright, so like I said, I already have all of my foundation. I put the primer, foundation, concealer, all of that on. And I'm going to start off with this highlighter. This is one of the Mary Kay limited edition, and it's Kind Heart. Now I always put highlighter or bronzer right here. Do like a fish face, and you can find the line. And when you smile, right here is where you would put blush. So you don't put blush all the way across. You do blush just like right on the apple of your cheek, and then bronzer or highlighter goes there. And you can actually do it along your cheek line, and move my hair back along your hairline, because you apply it like that. And of course you don't have to do it all the way around. It's kind of up to you. But now that I've done one side, I'm gonna do, I have like all these little baby hairs, so it makes it hard to do along the hairline. Let's see. Can you see? It just adds like some definition right there. Like I've been out in the sun, but I haven't. Because I don't get tan when I get out in the sun. I burn and I freckle. And actually, before I put all of my foundation on, I noticed that I do have a lot of freckles, like right around my eyes and kind of down here. But the problem is, especially like in this area where I have freckles, it blends in with the areas that I have acne and acne scars. And so it's kind of hard, unless you're like looking really closely, it's kind of hard to tell what is freckles and what is acne scars. And so it just actually kind of like highlights the acne and scars, and it looks like I have twice as many acne and acne scars than I do. So that's why I'm like foundation and concealer all the time. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I'm gonna use this one, which you can tell I use a lot. It's Granite. And this one, let's see, I don't know if I can actually look into the camera. I have my mirror, but it's not the same level. It's like right down here on the desk. So, let's see. So it's kind of awkward staring into the camera when I can't quite see what I'm doing, because it is still kind of far away. And I don't, oh, I can zoom in. Ooh. Clearly I have never done an Instagram live. Actually, I'm just not that big on videos. I am now, like I'm really interested in learning how to do them. So it's like a work in progress, learning all the ins and outs. Okay, so I'm just applying the Granite all over my inner eyelid. So I'm not going all the way up to my brow bone, just the inner eyelid. And the reason I keep my eyes open for the most part is that way I can tell where the crease is and like what I can actually see. Because see, if I close my eyes, I mean, it's like, okay, well, what can you see when my eyes are open? And I always manage like one eyelid always has more like farther up. I think it's usually this one too. Okay, that's Granite. Let's see if you can see that. Well, you should be able to see that because it's darker. The cool thing about Granite is the undertones in it. See, it's that one. Nope, that one. The one in the middle right there. That has the giant hole because I've used it so much and I'm going to have to replace it soon. So the cool thing about Granite is the undertones in it actually, it has both the silver and like brown in it, so you can actually pair it with another, like a gray or silver, or you can pair it with a bunch of these. Let's see, I'm trying to see where the light is so you can see them. Or you can pair it with a bunch of these neutral colors. I usually pair it with one of the browns just because that's just how I roll. I usually don't use grays that often other than Granite. Okay. So I'm going to use Hazelnut. So that one. And it's a matte. So one thing about, oh, see, this is why I can't really stare into the camera and do this. I don't know how they, like, all the YouTubers do it. Whoa, I almost dropped my mirror on my foot. Like, they must have it set up perfectly to where they can actually see what they're doing in the camera, because I can't see without like scooting in a whole bunch, and I don't want to do that. So we'll see. Okay, so anyway, Hazelnut, and I'm gonna put this in the outer corner, kind of in a C, and I'm gonna blend that in just a minute. And what I was gonna say is, okay, so Granite is a shimmer, and then Hazelnut is a matte. You don't ever want to use all mattes or all shimmers. And the reason is, if you use all shimmers, it's just like super sparkly and way, way too intense for an everyday look. I mean, maybe that floats your boat, but it just kind of looks odd, because it's like, your face isn't going to be sparkly except for your eyelids. Maybe holidays is an exception. And then you don't want to use matte all the time, or like all mattes, because it kind of creates a very dull look to your eyes and it doesn't bring a lot of definition. So you need to use a combination. Even if you're not into shimmers, you don't have to use some that are completely, what am I trying to think of? Like the sparkly, like these are just, like I said, shimmery, so it catches the light and brings definition to your eye without having like the sequins, like all the sequins. That would be way too dramatic. Some people like that. That's fine. But you want to use a combination of shimmery and matte, so that way it's not too intense and it's not too dull. It brings like a really good definition. So you can use 2 matte and 1 shimmer, or 2 shimmer and a matte, but you always want to make sure that you're using one of each, so that way it's not too crazy. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I got it way too far up again. I need to get a smaller brush for like the details, because you notice the YouTubers have like 50 different kinds of brushes. Well, for eyeshadows, I have, oh, I can't hold up, 3. Which works, I mean, because this is just like a regular eyeshadow brush. This is the blender brush, which I'll use in a minute, and this is like an eye smudger, so it's really short. And you can use this for details. I just have not gotten in the habit of doing that. I usually, before I remember that I have that brush, I already have the eyeshadow on the regular eyeshadow brush. So, okay. So you're going to use the blender brush and just blend it all together, kind of like in a, what do you call it, like a windshield wiper motion. Because you don't want to just apply eyeshadow and just leave it. Like, you need to blend it together. Otherwise, it's like you've got stripes, and that's not, I didn't bring all my brushes over here. They're like somewhere back there behind me. So I'm just going to use this to wipe extra eyeshadow off. So blend it together, and then I'm going to use, I hope I can remember the name of these. It's been a while since I've used some of these. I've really gotten into using a lot of the limited edition eyeshadows, so I don't remember all the names of these. But look at all the fun colors. Isn't that awesome? Okay. So I think this is Spun Silk, and it's also a shimmer. Okay, so it's that one. And I'll put links to all of these down below, so that way I can confirm that that is the eyeshadow I'm using. But I'm pretty sure it's Spun Silk. I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to apply this in the inner corner right here, and then just kind of sweep it along, like right under my brow bone. But this time I didn't leave a lot of room because I really put the eyeshadows farther up, like really far up. The problem with me is I have really small eyelids, so it's hard to create like good definition and not put it like all the way up to my brow bone. Because I have a lot, like the eyelid, but then when I open my eyes, there's not a lot of room to do the definition. So, okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. Inner eye, and then just kind of sweep it along right under. And that just kind of highlights because it's a lighter color. And now I'm going to use the smudger brush and put it, no, I can't see up there at all. Like, I need to figure this out. Better way to film it. Okay, I'm just gonna apply just a tiny bit under my eyes because I'm not that big on that. And that's my eyeshadow. Boom. Oh, no, my finger. I was trying to figure out. I don't know how you tell how long you've been filming. It doesn't say. And I don't want this to be too long because I want to try to upload it on YouTube. We'll see. I don't know. I might not if this doesn't turn out very well. Okay, so now I'm going to use a liquid eye pen, which is amazing. And I'm going to start off by drawing tiny little lines. So you can't really, well, I guess you can. See, I drew just tiny little lines all across my eyelid, and then like the lash line, and then I'm going to connect them. I've never attempted this while actually holding the mirror, so we'll see how that turns out. And if possible, you really want to use the tip of it, like the very tip, because that gives you a very thin line. And then if you want to add definition, then kind of use like the side of it. Because the idea is to create a small line first, and then if you want to do like a wing or, you know, whatever, you can build upon it. But you want to do just a small little line at first, which doesn't happen very often. It's pretty hard to create the small line. But this trick, instead of like, I know some people that, oh, I almost dropped the mirror again on my foot. Like, they close their eyes and pull it, and I used to do that too. But what happens is you kind of distort your lash line. Like, that's not what your lash line looks like when it's open. Plus, as I just did that, what you're doing is you're stretching out the skin around your eyes, which is a no-go because the skin around your eyes is actually the most delicate and you want to be super gentle with it. So don't be pulling them open. Like, you need to find a different way if that's how you're applying your eyeliner. And the other thing is, yeah, you just need to quit tugging it. If you have like eyeliners or, you know, whatever, like the eyeliner pencils or something that are really stiff and they kind of drag your eyes, that is not good. Like, you need to throw that out and find a different brand. Like, no. I started off using the Mary Kay, like the eyeliner pencils. They're so smooth. Well, actually, okay, so when I first started off, I thought, these aren't bad. They're pretty good. Then they came out with a new formula, and I was like, oh, these are even better. Like, so amazing and smooth. And then I ran out, and my mom bought just, like, an actual, like, the pencil. And I tried it, and I was like, no. Like, it was so rough and hard, and no. Like, I threw that out. And then Mary Kay came out with the pen, and that is a game changer. Actually, for a while I was using the gel. With like the little brush. And that was okay. I do like the texture of it that it leaves. Like, it looks really good. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a different way to do this, because holding the mirror and doing it is really annoying. Like, it's not hard, it's just annoying. And I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there's the light. Don't want it to dry out. Okay, last thing. Well, almost. I guess. Oh, I left the lipstick somewhere. Oh, well. I'll just do this. This is the Lash Intensity Mascara. And the cool thing about this, first off, I'm trying not to make a funny face. Because doesn't everyone, like, they make funny faces while they put mascara on? Like, out of all the different makeup stuff, mascara is the one where we're like, as we're applying it. I guess it's just because of our concentration. Maybe? I don't know. Okay, I always apply 2 different layers of it, and what I do is I actually close it back up and then open it back up and do the second layer. Do not pump your mascara in and out, because that actually puts more air and germs and bacteria into your tube if you pump it in and out, and that's not good either. We don't want that. So if you just like put it in like you would to close it, and I go ahead and close it just to make sure that it gets coated properly. It when it says reconnecting pore connection, that's so annoying, because one time I was videoing this and I saved the video and I realized while you could see everything that I was doing, the sound was gone. Like, it didn't save the sound. And so there's one point in the video where I kept saying box, 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 and I'm like, I did not say box that many times. I wasn't talking about the box that much. But it's just because when it says poor connection, it's like it keeps track of the video but not the sound, and that, I don't like that at all. Okay. So it takes more time, but I do 2 layers. Of the Lash Intensity. Okay, since I don't actually have my lipsticks over here, and I'm not in the mood for walking up and getting them behind me while on video, I don't know, it's just not appealing. Because I have done that before. I always feel like I forget something. I am just going to use a lip liner. Which, I mean, it's a lip color, so... And again, last year Mary Kay came out with a new formula for their lip liners, and they're so smooth. So smooth. Okay, so I have this trouble with my bottom lip. Like, it looks normal, but then I have like this weird like area underneath that's not my lip color, but it's not like my regular skin color. Does anyone else have that? So it's like I can add it to my lip for like much fuller lips, and then I have this awkward like I can't just connect the top to bottom. Like, it's just ends, like they just mush together, and it's like, wait, where do I stop the liner and lipstick and stuff? But anyway, there you go. So this would be just like a really nice, like I said, everyday look. It's a little bit more intense. It's not quite natural, obviously, but you know, and it goes with, well, you can wear just about any color with it, especially because of the granite. You can use, like I said, either browns or grays as the second color, you know, and then you can mix up your lipstick. And I feel like this really brings out the green in my eyes. Dad used to say I always had gray eyes, and I'm like, they're sort of blue, they're sort of green. It depends on what, they're sort of hazel, like they're a little bit of everything. It's ridiculous. It depends on what I'm wearing. So anyway, what do you think? Green eyes? Gray eyes? Blue eyes? I think they're green. I think this brings out the green. Okay, well, poor connection. I feel like I've been on here forever, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end this right here. And I'll link all the products below. Oh, end.